Let me introduce you to the girl that I used to be in 2012. High school valedictorian, high achiever, dual enrollment student, and somehow had a 4.7 GPA. Not sure how that happened. But I enrolled in college, feeling prepared to embark in my vibrant social life, 2 undergraduate degrees. I was doing well thanks to my grueling career, and now I was ready to tackle the real world. I felt confident that I knew that I could handle anything that was coming my way. Then I found myself at 26 in the middle of the pandemic, facing the reality that I was very unfulfilled with what I was doing and feeling like I had already peaked both professionally and personally. So I did what I swore I would never do, and I enrolled in graduate school. You were right, Mom, you were right. I went back to school, and I've learned so much during this program. I'm honored to be able to have the opportunity to share just a little bit of what I've learned with y'all tonight. We owe the people that we serve humility, consideration, kindness, and empathy, because they are why we do what we do as public servants. They have inherent worth and value, and we need to treat them that way. As we are encountering people, you need to remember to be gentle with them, because life is crazy for everybody. Give grace to the people you're working with, and give grace to yourself as well, because we're all working towards shared goals. It's not helpful to bring people down in the middle of their own stress and worry. Equity is not something that you do as an afterthought or as an option. As public servants, it should be embedded in absolutely everything we say and everything we do in order to truly create public value, because if you're not doing that, you're probably letting people down along the way. We do this by building a foundation of communication and trust to focus on relationships first rather than being right. And when you do this, you can start to forge that path with people for future successes. As you're encountering people, remember, you are not the smartest person in every single room. Everyone in the room has something to offer. It has value, but you'll only know that if you acknowledge their value and listen to them. If you're always listening, then you're always going to be learning. And obviously I've got the academic, life down learning down, but this applies to everything. Please continue to be curious and ask questions. Get to know people, understand problems, and don't be afraid to ask questions. I know that some people are intimidated, but I'm telling you guys, you gotta stop being afraid to say you don't know something and just say, it's okay, I'll look it up and get back to you. Stop being afraid to say no if something doesn't line up with your values. Stop being afraid to say no or speak up when you see someone doing something that is unjust and wrong. Don't be afraid to be wrong. And don't be afraid to take accountability. Name, blame, and claim, shout out Susan Gooden. You know that we have to take accountability to build trust with the public, because if we don't point out what we've done and choose to make it right, how are they gonna know that we care about them? Don't get so busy doing what you're doing that you forget why you're doing it. We are mission-driven people, but sometimes it's easy to get bogged down in the details and forget your overall purpose, your overall priorities in what you're doing as a public servant. That's why it can be helpful to take a step back, do some collaborative strategic planning, engage all of your stakeholders, take that extra time, take that extra step, and you'll be saving yourself a lot of frustration a little bit further down the road. While you're engaging in these processes, it's important to have a growth mindset. See every opportunity for what it is, an opportunity. Mistakes and setbacks are only limiting if you allow them to be limiting. And as we're continuing to learn and grow as public administrators, we have to learn to adapt. Celebrate the small victories, the little things that we see. People often don't or get frustrated because they don't see those results right away, but we're somewhere in that gap right there. So the big things, the big changes are coming, but you have to be patient.
Are you being patient?
Because if you're patient, I guarantee it's going to be great. After a lot of persistence, a lot of prayer, and a lot of patience, I can tell you I'm definitely in a better place than I was when I started and I enrolled in this program. And it's all because of the program and the people that I've encountered here. So I'd like to leave you with one last thought. It's too late is a lie. It's not true. It's never too late to start to change your mindset or to start to adapt or adopt new habits. It's never too late to say that you were wrong, to try to fix your mistakes and try to be better. And if that weren't true, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you today as Alyssa Corpuz, rebranding.